So you tried which one? You tried the Screamer?
Screamer and the Renegade.
And what size were they?
12 meter Screamer, 11 meter Renegade.
Perfect, yeah.
And it was like the wind was a little up and down, a lot of holes out there, but both kites stayed in the air well. You know, I put one in the water, didn't really crash it face down, but it stayed pretty much on the, even in light winds, it was staying right on the wingtip for me out on the corner of the wind. I had some twists in the line when I started, so it was really easy to get them out. But both kites felt pretty solid in the air, had some good, solid, consistent feel. Simple bar setup, no complicated pulley systems or anything like that.
So is there, I mean, for you personally, I mean, who you teach for? I mean, you are an instructor, correct? From what I understand.
Yes, passed a certified instructor here in beautiful Tampa Bay area of Florida.
Perfect. And so for you, which kite do you think? I mean, your personal, do you like the Renegade? Do you like the Screamer? Which kite you like? I know the wind is very gusty today. It was like blowing from 10 to what, 15, 16?
Yeah. I like the feel of the Renegade better. It had just a kind of a real consistent, like a stable feel to it. It sat up there in the wind nice. It wasn't like wanting to overfly me in between gusts or sag out of the wind, out of the edge of the window. But when I got out there on the Screamer, and the wind was cranking, and I got in some nice patches of wind, it felt real solid and very, it felt like a quick kite.
So if you were to buy a kite, okay, which one would you buy?
I'd say for what I use my kites for mostly, which is instruction, I'd have to stick with the Renegade.
Renegade, huh?
Just seemed like a lot more stable, good for beginners. But for own personal use, it's still up in the air. I'd like to get a little more time on the kites before I made up my mind 100%.
Especially, well, thank you very much. And John, correct?
John Purdy.
Purdy. And you do teach, like you said, so
Best Pro Kiteboarding school here in Tampa, Florida.
Well, John, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
All right, thanks, Dimitri.
So, let me see. You tried the Screamer and the Renegade, correct?
Yep.
So let's talk. What do you think?
Today the condition is not really good, you know, to completely test out the kite. The Renegade, the Renegade is for being an 11 and probably blowing like 12 right now. I was surprised. It was very good water relaunching. It's unbelievably fast-moving kite, smooth. I like this kite. It would be good for, you know, higher winds or surf. The Screamer, because of the size, I just could not, you know, get a complete, you know, feel from it. But from the Renegade, I think I'm gonna go with for surfing.
Yeah, well, that's the problem is, like, it's really light. So the Renegade are like really thick kites, like low aspect. So that's why in low wind they pull like a truck. The Screamer is more like a higher aspect. So you need, like, you know, with a 12 you need to be at least on 60 knots, you know.
Yeah.
So that's why right now everybody's on 14 out there, fighting for the 14 Screamer. But
I'm gonna try out that one.
You need to try the 14 and you'll see a difference. So yeah, that's why you like the Renegade. Personally, I love the Renegade for the waves, but my kite is a Screamer for the big jumps, you know. So if you think the Renegade is fast, the Screamer is really, but it has a stable pool too. So, but perfect. Well, so but have you pay attention on the construction and everything on the kites?
Yeah, it's looked pretty solid. I like the bumps. That's really nice. So, and it seems to be a very strong kite.
Very good. You do have an accent. I'm sorry I'm asking because everybody's asking me too. I have an accent. Where are you from?
I'm from Hungary.
Oh,
Europe.
So we are close. I'm from Greece. Perfect. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Hi. What do you think?
I like the Renegade. I haven't tried your Screamer yet. The wind better give me a chance. Randy better not hog it.
Yeah, you need a 14 actually right now, correct?
I'm a kite looper, so I love to loop the kite. When there's not enough wind, I don't care. I'll make it loop and I'll go. And the Renegade did that. It got me going.
And how much do you think it's blowing now? I know it's been dropping.
15.
15, huh? So.
And it's gusty. And what I like about the Renegade, it seemed to take those gusts and you just let that bar out and it eats it up like no big deal.
Okay, so I guess now you're waiting to get on the Screamer 14, huh?
Yeah. Because these conditions are just not good enough for a small kite.
Well, I guess
pushing you to the beach.
So I guess everybody else is waiting over there.
Yeah, everybody's waiting for the 14.
Okay,
Definitely.
perfect. So you tried the Kite, correct?
Oh yeah.
You were the one on the 14. Everybody's waiting for the 14 since the wind died.
Right, that's the one everybody wants right now.
Yeah, because the wind is light. So what do you think about the, you haven't tried the Renegade, but what do you think about the Screamer?
No. I thought the Screamer's, first of all, it looks amazing. You gotta give some credit for that. It looks amazing. I was enjoying it. Whenever the wind was blowing, it felt great. I was lit.
So you did, I mean, you were powered and...
Yeah, definitely.
Perfect.
Yeah, definitely. It was, when it was blowing, when it was pulling me, it felt awesome. I was going right over these waves, just cutting right through them. So there's nice power.
What about the construction?
Looks solid to me. I'd have to crash it a few more times.
That's all she wrote, man.
So how was the 14?
It got me going. You know, it's 12 knots. It did the job. So
how does it feel? Was
happy.
Was it stable? Was it turning fast for 14?
Very stable. I can't tell you about turning because there's no wind, but I got it to work. Okay. I looped it. You know, no big deal. It felt like my old thruster, but a little bit refined.
Oh, very good. Yeah. Very good. Thank you.
But I need to test it in high wind.
You need
that's
to.
What
That's what we need. That's what the kites are made.
So we're gonna wait. I made it work.
So what do you like? What do you guys think about the bar?
I like the bar.
Just having one bar definitely saves you at least $200.
Oh yeah, more than that. Like, you know, I mean, most bars retail $400.
I like the way you leash into the middle, right there. So this spins and doesn't get caught up in anything. You know, the red line. What do you think about the red line bar, Dimitri, as compared to other bars that don't have the red line? Like
well,
a standard D-power bar.
Depending what you look, you know, I mean, I like the red color because it means danger, it means safety, you know, so that's why I put the red.
Yeah, but also, when everything else fails, you still have this holding to your kite, man. If that fails, well, I'm sorry.
The only thing what I don't like is too many ropes. So if you
we found something that someone doesn't like. Okay, let's talk about that. Why don't you know? That's how I'm able to come up with something better. So you said what you don't like about it?
Because it's wearing the lines out. See, if you put it in some sleeve or something just to hold it in one piece, like a plastic sleeve, I don't think.
Well, I've tried.
I think it would last.
It's very easy to change. It's very easy. I mean, those lines will last, like, for a person like me that kites like maybe once a month. That kites a lot. Those lines last me at least like 6 months. Okay. Yeah. Now to put plastic in it, it will work very good plastic, but then you cannot use a stopper. This won't stop with the plastic. Those lines, if they wear and tear, it's very easy. You just remove it from here. There's a neoprene here, and you just remove it. There's nuts here. Remove it and change it. And here, the chicken loop comes with a Allen wrench, so you can remove it and put. It's very easy to set up. But thanks. That's
too much D-power.
Yeah, it wasn't too great.
As soon as when it starts wearing out, what I figured that, you know, if you ride with one hand, so let's say you steering your kite, and it has a bunch of tension on it, you know, it's giving too much traction on a bar, so it's not easy, you know, to sheet in and out for me. So I used to, for the other, you know, like
to put a tube on it. Yeah. I mean, you can put a tube on it, but then you won't be able to use a stopper. So if you don't care about the stopper, then you can put your own tube on it. You know, I mean, it's very easy.
I never said my stopper right.
I see. Okay, yeah. So see, a lot of people. I mean, I'll say maybe.
I don't like just cruising, you know.
Okay, I got you.
He's a trickster, man.
So you don't stop. You don't use a stopper ball.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I use a lot of stopper ball.
Only when I let the bar out to spin the bar out, but this is a good. Okay. You know,
but you know, it's very easy. All you can do is you can just put a tube on it. You know, you just detach from where I show you, put a tube on it, and then you're all set.
Yeah.
So then you don't have.
It's easy.